To cultivate a harmonious and fulfilling human existence, the indispensable gift of the eyes stand as a cornerstone. More than a mere physical faculty, it is a luminous thread that weaves clarity into the fabrics of life. An essential body part that guides man through the present and offers foresight into an ever-uncertain future. It is often said that a defective eye casts a shadow that reaches far beyond its physical limits, that impacts the body and touches the very essence of human existence. In contrast, a healthy and efficient eye serves as a gateway to a brighter life that unlocks the potential for greater well-being and fulfillment of one's deepest aspirations. Research indicates that over 4 million Nigerian adults aged 40 and above suffer from moderate to severe visual impairment or blindness. The report further highlights a high prevalence of blindness and severe visual impairment within this age group. While many who are burdened by this vision disorder have resigned themselves to a life shrouded in darkness, several others embark on a relentless pursuit, striving to break free from the grip of blindness and reclaim their sight, the guiding light to their world. This, therefore, underscores the important role of the eye doctors, whose expertise and interventions can mean the difference between despair and hope, darkness and the restored clarity of vision.
We had this man who was basically unable to do anything because he was considered blind. He was blind legally. So he would just sit down at home morning to night. He was in his early 70s. So when we examined this patient, Dr. Ile had mentioned to me that we have a patient who has bilateral cataract, and we're going to include this patient in our foundation clinic, which is low cost or free of charge. After the cataract surgery, this patient regained sight. The patient returned to the clinic and was by himself. And the first thing the patient said was, "Doctor, I'm able to see the color of my clothes. I'm able to walk again. I'm able to do everything I want to do by myself." This expression was so emotional because this patient has spent years sitting down and just waiting for the next phase.
Whether it's an ophthalmologist who performs sight-restoring surgeries, opticians who craft lenses that enhance daily living, or optometrists who diagnose complex visual impairments, eye care professionals are true custodians of clarity and light. Their commitment and passion for the profession not only restores vision, but also reignites hope, which reinforces the profound impact of skilled eye care on individual lives and the society as a whole. One eye care center at the forefront of innovation and actively shaping the conversation in this field is the EyesDoector, a center that delivers comprehensive eye care services.
Where we used to work in England, we had a lot of clients that couldn't pronounce ophthalmology. So they would say the eye doctors, the eye doctors. I'm like, okay, I think, and then in Nigeria, there's a little bit of a confusion between ophthalmologists and optometrists. A lot of people don't know the difference. And I felt it's easier for us to use a name that everybody can relate to, and we came to the name the EyesDoector.
Biola said it's going to be called the EyesDoector with an apostrophe in an unexpected area. It's the EyesDoector. I said, because I always think that I know more, you know. Biola, why is your apostrophe there? So we had a very long discussion about a play on language and the grammar. And anybody who knows Biola knows he has a fantastic, very dry, witty sense of humor. So he explained that it's not just the eye doctor, but the doctors as a plural. So those were the beginning aspects of the EyesDoector.
With a sound team of ophthalmologists, optometrists, opticians, and courteous front office and administrative staff members, the Eye Doctors, otherwise known as TED, has over the years solidified its position in Nigeria as the eye clinic of choice, not only for private individuals, but also multinationals, companies, and local organizations. Established in 2005 by a distinguished ophthalmologist, Dr. Abiola Olatubosun Oyeleye, to provide ophthalmic medical, surgical, optical, as well as community care services. The Eye Doctors officially served as first client on February 15, 2005.
For me, almost by accident, because when the couple were thinking of coming back to Nigeria, they were originally in the UK. Nigeria was not actually the first, it wasn't the first option. They were thinking of various other things. But you know, when God says this is where He's going to bless you, that's where He's going to bless you. And so they came back to Nigeria many, many years ago. In fact, when Biola told me a few days ago that 20 years, I said, 20 years already. But in those 20 years, so many things have happened.
I knew he was studying medicine at the University of Lagos. He went to my old school, so I'm very proud of him too for that. And then, must be about 20 years ago, my daughter, who was a contemporary of his, and also is a physician, and they were together in London, telephoned me and said that Biola was coming back to Nigeria and was setting up an eye hospital, ophthalmology hospital. And so I should know where to go if I needed my eyes seeing. So I've known him as a person well before he became, he set up the Eye Doctors. And then the next time I needed to have my eyes tested, of course, there was only one place to go.
Dr. Oyeleye, a consultant ophthalmologist with over 30 years of clinical experience in Nigeria and the UK, returned to Nigeria in August 2003.
About 20 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, we were making a decision about our future as a family, whether to stay in the UK, go to America, and come back to Nigeria. We'd been in the UK for about 14 years then. My wife and I had both passed the relevant exams to go and practice in America. And the other option was to come back to Nigeria, which was something I had always wanted to do, dear to my heart. So we chose the option of coming back to Nigeria, and we eventually came back in August 2003.
This was after months of deliberation with his pharmacist wife, Labisi, on whether to remain in the UK or take the bold step of establishing their practice in their fatherland.
Well, we decided we wanted to come back to Nigeria, and I believed in him. I knew he had excellent skills, and he had a clear vision of what he wanted. And so decided to put everything into it and come back to Nigeria. And we relocated 2003.
Seeing where we were when we started 20 years ago and seeing where we are today, we can only thank God for His mercies, thank God for blessing us and His direction. Initially when we started, there were a lot of teething problems, and the main problem was finance. We came back to Nigeria. We had to rent somewhere for the Eye Doctors. You pay 3 years rent. We had to rent somewhere to stay for the family, another 2 years rent. You need to buy a car, you pay for it outright. You need to buy generators, you pay for it outright. But we're coming from a society whereby you could buy a car costing $1 million if you have 100,000 to pay every month. But this here, we had to put everything down. And it made it quite interesting, you know. having the financial load on your head and knowing that you are coming from earning a certain salary to uncertainty. So it was quite a trying period. So over the last 20 years to now, there has been a very, very large exponential growth. And it's a testimony or testament to the fact that we made the right decision.
That decision, however, paid off, resulting in the establishment of TED, which leverages its medical expertise and professional experience to enhance the Nigerian eye care delivery system.
Dr. Abiola Oyeleye is a very hardworking surgeon. He's very passionate about his work and very professional. And it's all success story, you know. And I think he brought in some innovation into ophthalmology that I know a lot of people, a lot of his colleagues and others who are emulating, because he set that gold standard, excellence in what he does. And I knew him to be very, you know, he's so good. He's in surgery, so many success stories, and he has brought in a lot of happy patients after surgery. He's competent, and he's really committed to giving people good vision.
Here at the Eye Doctors, we have modern equipment that we're using to manage our patients. So I'll give context to what I mean by modern equipment. Let's take cataract surgeries, for example. Those days, you know, there are ways in which they do cataract surgeries which has transited to the laser type of cataract surgery. So I'm trying to use like simple English such that you can follow. So even though it's still common practice in Nigeria, for example, to have the manual small incision cataract surgery done, the more modern one is the phacoemulsification surgery, and that is the laser type of cataract surgery. And we do that here. What advantage does laser give you? Number one, it's a modern equipment. So it's like, let me use an example of you cooking with your kerosene stove and you cooking with your gas cooker.
I've been trained abroad. I've been exposed to all sorts of high technology equipment. During my training, I always expect that I'm able to work in a low-resourced environment where there are no equipment. So if I have a plan to do this technique, I also learn to do the technique where you don't have resources. But when I got to the eye doctors and I resumed, I was surprised and amazed with all the equipment that were available for patient care.
The vision being to practice at the highest international standards. It was like bringing a practice from out of the country into the country without lowering the standards. Before I came back, I went to quite a few government hospitals to look around, and it was very obvious that they were short of funds, short of equipment, and the doctors were not able to practice at the optimum. So I felt if I had come back to practice at that level, I wouldn't have been able to use all the training I had. So with the encouragement of some friends, family, I actually came back and decided, look, let's go the whole hog and set up a private clinic. And as I said, the highest international standards being what we wanted to attain and also to maintain it when we get there.
With a vision to be of world-class standard, the early days of TED were both intriguing and challenging. From the struggle to pay rent, to the difficulties in acquiring an operational vehicle for the business, the journey was undoubtedly marked by obstacles, setbacks, and unpredictable terrain.
The biggest problem was returning to Nigeria, which most businesses, which most people face. I have a lot of colleagues who've come back to Nigeria and they haven't lasted a long time. And that's because the enormosity, the whole things you need to do, it all boils down to money. Can you afford it? I took a loan, a big loan, when I was coming back from the UK, and I repaid the loan. And then I now found out that when I thought I'd repaid the loan, the tax man came and said I owed him a lot of money. So I had to renegotiate so I could repay my tax in the UK. I also had a mortgage running for property in the UK, and I was supposed to earn Naira and service all these debts in the UK. So that alone was enough to make people, or is enough to make people want to go back out of the country. So I've had a lot of friends and colleagues who've had that transition period. And I think what the government has now realized is that people who are relocating, at least apart from the medicals, they will want to give them a softer landing than what I had to go through. Also, when you start up a business, you need a lot of capital to start it up. And you need to have the correct people around you. Otherwise, you'll just be working and you won't see any benefits of your efforts. So those things were the key problems we encountered when we started the business.
2 decades down the lane, the center has experienced remarkable growth, expanding its network to include clinics that are strategically located across Lagos in areas such as Victoria Island, Bagada, Yaba, Lekki, and Ikeja.
We have grown in the pace that you would expect us to, for the level of hard work that we put into running the organization, most especially Dr. Abiola Oyele. He is an hardworking man. He is an hardworking consultant. He puts his practice first. Over the years, we have expanded to 5 branches. If I want to count by every branch that we have opened, I would say 7. But now we have 5 branches. The very first branch we opened after our Victoria Island branch was in Ikeja. And after Ikeja, we moved to Yaba. We opened our 3rd branch in Yaba. Our 4th branch was in Bagada. The Ikeja branch had to relocate at some point, and that was what we moved to Bagada. After we opened the Bagada branch, we went to Lekki. The Lekki branch had to close at some point, and we now have the Aja branch. Our Yaba branch has also had to do relocation in the middle of, so I would say we've opened like 8 different branches. And even in Ikeja, we've moved like 2 different branches. But altogether now, we have 5 branches of eye doctors in Lagos, Nigeria.
Aside its numeric growth, the EyesDoector has set a new benchmark for eye care excellence in Nigeria by combining cutting-edge facilities with unparalleled service delivery.
When I got introduced to him, and I just felt, look, I better expose myself to him because I think I'll get one of the best services. And if this profile that I see of him is translated into his professional environment, obviously it will accrue more benefit to me and sustain my dying eyes. And that was what exactly happened. I started coming over, registration and everything, and I was amazed, believe me, that this is not a fake outreach thing. What you see about him in a club is what you see in an establishment. And I must say here now that is a particular factor that brings a lot of people here. Sometimes when he's on duty, if you come even as early as 9, 10, you may not be seen until about 3. It doesn't rush. It takes time, and that's what the old ones want. That's what middle-aged people want. Indeed, that's what patients want. When we were younger, we used to be exposed to doctors before you sit down, just take your temperature and this and that before you know he has given you a prescription. You go away unfulfilled, that you don't think you have been seen, even if the prescription were right. But because the humility attached to professional discharge and the cure inherent in such therapy, you never saw it. So your problem remained the same, not in eye clinic. Everybody goes out with a sense of comfort, satisfaction, even if you have not been treated.
As a leader in ophthalmology, TED offers a comprehensive range of services, from routine eye exams to complex surgeries, all executed with precision and care.
Because I've had the opportunity of seeking eye care both locally and abroad, it was easy for me to look for somebody who could mirror what I was used to. I started using glasses at an early age. I was in Form 1 when I was diagnosed as being short-sighted. And you can imagine how far back that is. My eyes have been under care for more than 50 years. So as I grew older, I had to be a lot more conscious of the fact that I needed to take good care of my eyes. So him being available and also being well stocked, he didn't come into the profession half-heartedly. He came in and set up a world-class facility which could compare with whatever I got anywhere else.
One patient that I remember was from Edo State, from Benin exactly. And she was blind in both eyes. And she had been blind in both eyes for a few years. She was also diabetic. So we did her cataract surgery, and the next day she came to take the cataract or to take the dressing off. And all of a sudden, she found out she could see. And then the whole clan, about 6, 7 of them in the clinics, started singing and dancing and shouting, and for about 10, 15 minutes, the excitement was there. You couldn't take it away from them. And the other patients understood what Mama had been through. And when I saw her later and asked her what was the main difference this had made to her, she says she can cook for herself and she doesn't like people cooking for her, and she's gone back to cooking. We did both eyes, and she died maybe 9, 10 years after, and I was privileged to be invited to the funeral in Benin, which I went, and I was given more like a sort of reception you see governors being given now, a hero's welcome. And I just thought I just went there to sympathize with the family, and also the son, who was based in America, had kept on calling me, and I said, okay, don't worry. I did my youth service in Benin. I know Benin well. It's an opportunity to go back there. So I went there, but the sort of reception I had there, they had to use a car with a siren to get me to the airport. Otherwise, I'd have missed my flight completely. So that is one incident I remember, but there are many, many other incidents that I can remember.
At the center of this innovation, it's its state-of-the-art diagnostic and treatment equipment that stand it out as a global standard. Advanced technology such as OCT imaging, laser therapy, and modern surgical suites ensure accurate diagnosis and effective treatments. Each of the centers has become a haven of sorts for patients who patronize the service and consistently benefit from tailored care plans that ensure every procedure meets their unique needs. Since the commencement of its operation in the last 2 decades, TED has transformed the lives of over 85,000 patients, with countless loyal and new clients sharing compelling narratives and captivating stories of their experiences with the center and its team of specialists. These are testimonies that inspire and underscore the impact of exceptional care.
He is the son of my former boss, and the gentleman who saved me from being blind by conducting the operation for my cataract. And he very, very diligently saved me from being completely blind after a very long operation, and he replaced the bad lens with a proper lens, and now I can see, although my right eye has no lens, but I can see. I can, in fact, read without glasses.
I've been very comfortable. He's very calm. He's reassuring. Even for the most, how will I say, the mundane of questions, he would patiently take you through the process. He would make his recommendations. His treatment is not just, oh, this is this, this is that. It's all encompassing. So it gives that reassurance.
I was quite pleased with him. I had an eye operation and everything was successful. And now he coming for my clinic. These are very good. All the girls, the ladies here and the men are very efficient and they attend to we customers very well. And I'm very, very pleased with them. And I like the clinic. And I recommend it to many people already.
Friend who would have been treated under the NHS in England because that would have been free for her. But because she had an aged mother here that she needed to look after and she didn't want to go back to get it done there, she was a bit worried that only Oyinbo doctors could deal with her problems. But again, the rest is history. And she's telling everybody who should know that if there's a place to go, it is here.
The medical director, Dr. Oyele's passion for the center is bolstered by the unwavering partnership of his beloved wife, Labisi, and the unalloyed support of his children. Bringing their creativity and ingenuity to the forefront, his children play an incredible role in the clinic's daily operations, including shaping its artistic direction, both on site and online.
Like I was just looking at the background, for instance, that was my daughter, that created that effect. When I renovated it, that was more business-like. She has a more creative side of things. So, we were able to do that. Then we've got our son who handles the back, admin, more like. So he works in conjunction with the admin staff. So we've got everybody hands-on, Then we got our other child who gives us ideas. She's, all this wise advice about, what decisions should we make about our setup, or when we want to change our logo, or various things we needed to do over the years. We sort of get all the kids involved and the whole family are involved.
When I moved back to Nigeria after university, I was very keen on actually properly understanding how the EyesDoector operates. And before then, I had an outside view, but I started to properly understand the business, the areas that were very strong, the areas for improvement. I got to better know the team that drives the EyesDoector as well. There are a lot of people that have come up with us for a very long time, that are essentially our family at the moment. And I think that brief period and till now that I'm still working with the team, I have a different perspective and I'm able to contribute with my own strength.
For the seasoned medical expert, his mission extends beyond restoring sight to the visually impaired. He has transformed TED into a powerful platform for giving back to society. Under his visionary leadership, TED has launched numerous corporate social responsibility initiatives, reaching far beyond its immediate community to bring hope to the hopeless and relief to the underserved.
The joy of some of the recipients of humanitarian gestures in the area of sight. There have been people who have either glaucoma, and then you
have a surgery for them. So somebody who is not seeing very well begins to see very well. You can see the excitement in the person's face. Even those who are not seeing well, by examining them and realizing that they need to prescribe glasses for them. By the time you give them those glasses, you know, it's like a new reality has dawned on them. And we also derive joy when we see this happening to the people that we are serving. So the eye doctors are doing a very marvelous job working with us to render service in the area of sight.
He has been the chairperson of most of our sight projects, both at club level and also at district level, because he has made himself willingly available to support in this area. And when he supports, it's comprehensive. He donated his time and his talent very willingly and almost without any hesitation. So the Lions Club is very, very indebted to him because he has enabled us to achieve one of our core objectives without having to run helter-skelter, looking for either the competence or for the funding.
Dr. Oyeleye, a distinguished member of the Lion Club and the current president of the Ophthalmological Society of Nigeria, has laid the groundwork for launching a CSRO foundation aimed at amplifying TED's dedication to giving back to society and making an even greater impact in underserved communities.
For me personally, I'm a recipient of his magnanimity. My eyes were, I was afraid at the point that I was going to lose my sight. And I talked to him and he gave me a free surgery, my right eye. Today I can read even without glasses.
As the Eye Doctors clocks 20, the clinic is pregnant with a future that is defined by innovation, expansion, and dedication to excellence in eye care.
I am hoping that the eye doctors will be the go-to place for those who would otherwise waste so much money going abroad. I'm hoping that with a lot more hard work, they will expand, not bite more than they can chew.
By embracing cutting-edge technology and groundbreaking research, the Eye Doctors is set to remain at the forefront of advancements in eye care and offer patients the most effective treatments and transformative outcomes.